Okay. We are live. This is your buddy Uncle Bruce, and this channel is Stock Market Slippers. And this show is coming to you live on board the Queen Mary 2 ocean liner, right near the island of Skye, the Isle of Skye in Scotland, north end of the UK here. Nice to have you with us. Jennifer and I have been on this ship now from New York City, Brooklyn, across to Southampton last Friday. And then on Saturday was a sea day. On Sunday we were in Edinburgh, that area. And yesterday we were in Ivor Gordon. And today, Tuesday, September the 3rd, we're in the northern islands of Scotland. And thank you all for joining me, finding me, however you found me. I don't know how you found me, but you found me. Nice to have you up here. You can see by this map right here. There we go. I'll just put myself over here. You can see we started in Southampton, and we're going counterclockwise up through Edinburgh, Isle of May, Inverness, Ivor Gordon. We were in Ivor Gordon yesterday. It was raining, pissing rain. We didn't get off the ship. We didn't get off the ship in Edinburgh either. Way too windy. They were using tenders, and the lifeboats. They were like corks. They were like corks or ping pong balls in a bathtub. I was not interested. Now you can see us over the tip last night and the Isle of Skye. And overnight tonight we'll go off the coast here, off the west coast, working our way day after tomorrow to Glasgow, Greenock. And then we head south to Liverpool for an overnight stay in Liverpool. And then we end up in Cork, Ireland, and we have a sea day from Cork all the way back to Southampton. So that's what we're up to right here, right now. And it's been fantastic. Just to make sure to let everyone know that I'm not shirking my responsibilities here. Yesterday afternoon, Jennifer and I made it over to the onboard pub here, the Lion's Head pub. I got me a Pilsner there. Jen found an IPA, and we had a little nibble and a little burpy type of drink. Unfortunately for Jen and I, we are both under the weather at the moment. It started coming down on me yesterday, but Jen, it hit her 2 days ago already. And we're fighting off a pretty good cold right now, unfortunately. And so we're just pacing ourselves. It's what you do on a cruise ship anyway, on an ocean liner. And so we're fine, but we're taking it easy. We're not going to be, we're not doing any rock climbing walls or flow riders or crazy slides. There are no merry-go-rounds on this ship. So it's been fantastic. Food is great. The weather, although they are saying sunny later today, hopefully we're out of the worst of it and we'll come along. We were in glorious weather across the North Atlantic. Absolutely glorious, super smooth water. And we enjoyed ourselves very much. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you had an okay Labor Day weekend. There was shrinkage for those of you who are option writers. I noticed that for some of you who are watching me, you took the opportunity on the weekend to get over to my website. You went over to stockmarketswithbruce.ca. You headed over there, and once you got over there, you found my mug and noticed that there he is. That's Bruce's. That's Bruce's face. That's his. That's his website. And what did you do? You went over to. You went over to the area that says that has the link there that says classes, and you clicked on that, and next thing you know, you saw, oh, here, attention students, classes in session, and some of you started picking off these classes on the weekend. Class number 1, class number 2. We have talked about this a zillion times for those who are new here. If you're not new, you know this, but if you are new, these lessons are basically a very informative way for you to find out how stock options actually work. There are 17 of them. Each one sort of builds on top of the other, and you have to pretend that you've been sent back to college in your community college, and you're now going to watch these classes at your leisure, one at a time. It's not like every single day you have to do this, but you can watch a class every week or every 2 weeks or whatever works for you. And so you'll learn, like number 7, earn income from writing put contracts. I mean, hello, are there some people doing that around here? Yes, there are. How to trade call and put butterfly options. How does Bruce pick his favorites? Here's using poor man cover call writing strategies to quit your day job. You want to quit your day job? You want to make money from options, not from your employer anymore? Or how about learning stock option rollover strategies for calls and puts? Kind of important to know this stuff. Stink offers, stink bids, the psychology of the markets, how to maximize profits from writing stock option. It goes on and on. Each of these lessons, an hour and a half, something like that, 2 hours each. No tests. You just watch, rerun them every time. You can watch them as many times as you want. Advanced poor man cover call strategies. There are people here who swear that these classes have changed their lives completely, especially those who have said goodbye to their day jobs, fixing option trades and adding cash with smart spreads. Oh my, there are people here who have really completely changed their investment world. Totally. The idea of trying to find a stock that's going to become next year's NVIDIA, I want to buy stock that's going to become Apple someday. Pie in the sky thinking. I mean, there's a hot stock every day available somewhere. I mean, somebody's going to talk to you about how great a certain company is. But with option writing, you don't need to worry about that. As a matter of fact, with option writing, you don't have to worry about who's going to become the president of the United States, the prime minister of Canada. You don't have to worry about the prime minister of Great Britain. You don't have to worry about the chancellor of West Germany. You don't have to worry about interest rates all that much. You don't have to worry about inflation all that much. You don't have to worry about whether a company makes money or not, really. There are ways to write options where you make money, whether a stock goes up or down. And you've got to understand how these work. It is a very serious business. $5 trillion a week changes hands. $5 trillion a week changes hands in the option business. Every institutional trading firm in the world is involved in the options business, one way or the other, and many of them are writers of options. If you become an option writer, you're going to do what big hedge funds do, and the big banks are doing, and the massive investment managers are doing all the time. And you're going to do it in your micro way from your house, your cubicle at work, your bathroom stall at the office, your car going through a drive-through, wherever you are. If you have one of these devices, this is a device known as a smartphone. If you can get your hands on one of these things, this is the most important piece of hardware that will completely change your life. And it can be an iPhone 11 or a 12 or a 15 or a 16. You got the Amazon phones, you got the whatever phone, doesn't matter, smartphone. You get one of those and you put some classes together about how options work, you, my friend, are going to become an option writer. And that means you are going to become what is known in the investment business as the casino. You're going to become a tiny little casino that only makes option trades available that completely tilt the game in your favor. Casinos always win. Have you noticed that in Vegas? Once in a while, you hear of a friend or someone that got lucky in Vegas, and yet they didn't break the house. You heard someone make $1,000 on a slot machine, so somebody won $5,000 or something. And the millions and millions of dollars a day that are generated go into the casino's pockets. You're going to become a casino, and you're going to write options and take money from gamblers who are desperate to play long shot odds that you're going to give them, and they're going to happily pay you money to buy from you stock option contracts that you're going to sell to them that have absolutely no value whatsoever. They are worthless. And this is okay. This is legal. There isn't a problem here. You're not making anybody mad. You are contributing to the liquidity of the options market. And you are offering option gamblers an opportunity to gamble on your options, which have very little chance of ever winning for these guys. They have every mega chance of depreciating in value to the point where you might decide whenever you're ready to end the game, close your option position out, and lock in a 30% profit, 60%, 90%, 100%, anywhere from any range. You're going to close out an option position and probably score a nice victory. There are viewers here who swear up and down, if you listen to them, who comment all the time, right over here. You'll notice their names are in green type. They have an avatar beside their name. These are members of this channel who are paying YouTube $10 a month or $25 a month to either be a Shillin' with Uncle Bruce member of this channel, or they're becoming these members, gold bagel level members. They're the top of the class. And they're paying $25 a month to YouTube to be members of this channel so that they can join me live, comment on my program Monday to Friday when the markets are open and I'm on the air. Join me live at 8 o'clock in the morning for half an hour before this show even starts, the one I'm doing now. And Wednesday nights, they join me primetime live at 7 o'clock Eastern time to talk to me about their option trades. There are people here who have become Gold Bagel members in the last 6 months, a year, 3.5 years ago, who are making so much money now from writing options that they could not, they've regretted, actually, that they didn't know about this 15 years ago. They just kind of go, why haven't I been writing options for 15, 20 years? I could have been doing this a long time ago. The reason is this device here and the brokerage firms that allow you to trade stocks on these devices in the last 10 years have evolved to the point where you now can do online trading from anywhere in the world. And that includes option writing. This option writing thingy that I keep talking about wasn't easily done 20 years ago through an iPhone, smartphone. It had to be done through human beings. And the commissions were so high, with so many layers of people involved to help you do these trades, you were paying more in commissions than you could make. Now, with the commissions being so tiny, because you are now entering trades through a AI computer to enter your option trading, and you're putting in your option buy order to close out the position. As a minute you get a fill, you immediately turn around and say, I'm buying these back at this price. As soon as I get down there, just buy them back and I'll take the difference. This wasn't available 10, 15 years ago. It's available now. The next 5 years will be even more exciting for option writers. It'll also be more unbelievable for gamblers who try to play the options market. Oh my God. I can tell you that brokerage firms are going to make it so exciting for investors to lose gazillions of dollars trying to play the options market, where they buy and then they sell. You sell and then you buy them back. And what you buy back, you pay a fraction for what you sold them for. You're going to be the winner with the firms, with the institutions. These are the firms that fly private jets around the world. And they have thousands of employees, hundreds of employees, dozens of employees that are specialists in option writing around the planet, depending on where they're based. And you are going to be an option writer from wherever you want to be an option writer. So if you really want to get out of your job, you just want to be home all the time, be able to drop the kids off at school every morning, pick them up in the afternoon, write options in between time, this is for you. If you would really rather take your children on a round-the-world 2-year trip and homeschool them as you travel all of Europe and you travel South America and you travel whatever, where, you can do that too. Or you and your partner, you and your spouse, just quit your day jobs. Blow off all your useless crap that you own, just like the rest of us, useless crap that we own. put in storage some heirlooms, get out of an apartment, get out of a house, sell the car, and travel full time for, say, the next 5 or 10 years. Trading options while you're on the road. It's a whole new life. It's a whole new existence. Not possible 10, 15 years ago. Possible now, not before. The only time in the past where you could have ever related to the possibility of traveling full time and seeing the world would be if you won the lottery. That was our fantasy thing. That was what we were sold by all the provinces in Canada, the states in the United States, and all the national lotteries around the world. That, oh, you could win millions and millions of whatever, and you now can be, a very wealthy traveler for years and years to come. That's not required anymore. You can be a very comfortable traveler around the world, whether you're just grabbing an RV and you're going to live in an RV for 2 or 3 or 4 years, or whether you're going to fly around the world on discount airfares to Indonesia for a while, Thailand for a while, Singapore for a while, Australia, New Zealand, wherever you want to go, or you just want to hang out at the house. Now, those of you who are retired now, you're already retired. You're approaching retirement. You're in your 60s. You're going into your 70s. And you realized a few years ago the ugly truth that you're no way are you going to retire comfortably with what you were supposed to get. You thought you were going to earn like $6,000 a month adjusted for inflation for the rest of your life. And 15 years ago, this is the deal that you were sold at work. This is the pitch that was made to you by some wealth advisors somewhere, and it never came to fruition. You realize now that you're a couple of years away from retiring, and with what you're sitting on right now, you might be lucky to haul in $1,500 a month from retirement, and the rest of what you retire on is Social Security. That has not been a good realization for some of you out there. You found me also just in time, because you now are going to take control of your capital. You're going to manage your own money because you're the best manager your money can possibly have. And instead of you paying 2% off the gross value of your money to someone to manage it for you, you're going to save that right off the get-go. You have $250,000 saved up now. That's $5,000 a year. You're not paying somebody. It's $100 a week. You're not paying somebody else. That's kept in your pocket right now. And you're going to write options with this capital. Conservative option writing strategies, just like the banks and insurance companies do, and many of the hedge funds do, and pension funds and mutual funds. You're going to do what they do. Very conservative option writing strategies. And you're going to find that the kind of returns that you can make for yourself from this kind of strategy blows away anything you've ever anyone's tried to sell you in the past. It's ridiculous. But you'll do it in your own way, in your own pace. You'll do it if you follow me. You'll take the classes and you will very carefully dip your toe into this option writing water. You might open up a practice account with your brokerage firm that you deal with that lets you trade pretend money in actual markets so that you can write contracts in a pretend account to see for yourself whether there's some hope here to make money writing cash secured puts or credit spreads or call options or poor man covered calls, whichever strategy you want to go into. You're not going to learn everything about option writing in 15 minutes. I got bad news for you. If you're in a hurry to make a big bunch of money writing options right freaking now, I got bad news for you. It's not going to happen. You're going to lose. You're going to get your butt handed to you, and you're going to be another casualty of the markets because you didn't study. You have to study. You have to understand how options actually exist and work and function. Once you've got that down, and this is easy, I'm telling you, relax. Don't think I'm trying to get you into some complicated mathematical thing that's impossible to understand. No, it's easy. It just takes time. There's no rush. This is a marathon. It's not a 100-yard dash. You're going to do this for the rest of your life. Welcome to the party palace. It can be done. In any event, for some of you, it's going to take taking classes, hanging out with this gang, becoming a member of the channel, perhaps. And you might go so far as to decide, I've got to talk to him. I got to talk to this guy right here, this guy, one-on-one, about my or our situation in our household, the household situation we're in, because everyone is different and everyone's retirement and cash flows and structure of family is different from everybody else's. Welcome to the world in which we live. Yes. And if you want to have a one-on-one with me, you can do that. You send me an email. Just say, Uncle Bruce, I'd like to talk to you. I want to talk to you about what we're doing. What can we do? How can we do what we're doing? Help us out understand this option stuff. Get me over the hump. I've got most of it, but there's something I'm not getting. Can you help explain it to me in a different way? Send me an email. A 1 hour session with yours truly, which never lasts an hour because we go over all the time. There's no extra charge for that, by the way. We just go over. It's $400 for a session. So if we end up with 90 minutes of time, and in 90 minutes, you're able to re-watch our session again and again and again because we record it, and you can now watch it as many times as you want. You don't have to feverishly write notes while I'm talking. You might find that this is the hump you needed to get over to be able to now be an option writer. And now you know what you really know what you're doing. You really got to figure it out. Now it all, oh, of course, that's what it means. Of course, this is what it is. I was looking at it the wrong way. You decide. When you're ready, you decide. I'm here. Right now, I'm on a cruise ship or an ocean liner off the north of Scotland. A little under the weather, but, we'll get together. You let me know, and we'll figure out when we can have a chat, and we'll go from there. Anyway, thank you all for joining me today from wherever in the world you are from. I appreciate you all joining Jen and I. We're in our ocean liner, the Queen Mary 2, just off northern Scotland. Lame Duck, thank you for being here. Same with Margin Call, Lorraine, Susan Shops, James of the Misty Tree, Corinne, Deep Value, Computer Whiz. Hi, everybody. Man, I took my cash out of my account, so I can't buy back my options. GameStop needs to stay below 25 until the 21st. Okay, then they can do the buyback. That'll be fine with me. Terry, 5 years ago on the Queen Mary 2, New York, Southampton, Iceland, Canada, New York, very smooth crossing. Have a beautiful trip. Yes, we are loving it. We highly recommend this ship. It's pretty nice. Sharon is in the house. How you doing, number 40? Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. Lorraine, of course, I just wanted to bring to your attention when I met you in Times Square and you explained certain things to me, I understood it. I can attest to a one-on-one. It really works. Thank you. And Auntie Jen. There you go. Amy J, number 48. Good morning. Larry Titus, good morning, all. I hope you had a good long weekend, everybody. Number 53 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you for that. We're going to go start trading in about 37 minutes, everybody. Real Green Cheetah. How you doing there, Real Green Cheetah? If I had a couple of thousand of shares in GameStop, would it be better to cash out now and write options or wait until after earnings? Well, if you have a couple of thousand shares of stock, you can always write covered calls anytime you feel like it, of course. You may want to write now 25s or 27s, ahead of the stock so that they're theoretically worthless options with time-only value to them. Maybe you might want to write 3-month contracts and bring in as much cash as you can, or go further if you want. You could use the marginability value of your GameStop shares to acquire deep in the money call options on GameStop and write calls on those calls, point man covered call writing. Or you might go with marginability on GameStop to write credit spreads, call or put credit spreads on GameStop for 1 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, bringing in cash flow. You have a lot of choices here. The classes that you can go after, 17 of them. By the time you get to 17, you're going to go, oh crap, Bruce is right. I can do 10 different strategies here if I wish, depending on just what is expected and what's going on. But I'm going to let the stock tell me what to do rather than guess. If the stock wants to go higher here, let it go higher, and I'll write options that will make money as the stock goes higher. I'm happy to write contracts where I make money if the stock just stays flat. I'll write contracts if the stock wants to go down in value. I'm an easygoing guy, like all institutional investors who write options are. Casinos are very, flexible with their gamblers. They let their gamblers play whatever slot machine they want, whatever game you want to play. You want to play The Price is Right? You want to play this slot machine? You want to play that slot machine? You want to play craps? You want to play? How do you want to gamble with us? We'll make it very easy for you. And bottom line, though, is we're going to win no matter what you pick. So, yeah, become an option writer. Billiard, hi, Uncle B. I had the privilege of trying the Canadian delicacy of poutine over the weekend, and all I can say is that this Yorkshire man approves. Well, congratulations. Oh, that's funny. Bobby, if you're brave enough, try a Newfoundland poutine, fries, cheese, gravy, and turkey with stuffing added. Eat all that, say good night for the day. Walter Young, I am 71 on your thumbs up, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Walter. Real Green Cheetah, thank you, Uncle Bruce. Right on. Yeah. Poutine, you go to Canada, you can get poutine at a Costco. You can get poutine at a Tim Hortons. You can get poutine at a McDonald's. You can get poutine at Burger King. I'm not sure. I don't think you can get it at Subway. They don't have deep fried stuff there, but pretty well everybody's in on it. But there's good quality poutine and then fast food poutine. You gotta be careful about that. It's all right. Sean, going to Sky next week. Love from Scotland, Brucey. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for your kind words. Everyone, wherever you are on the planet, we thank you so very much. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. And it's great to have you all with us. We start trading in about the market opens in 33 minutes. Fantastic. I appreciate all of you coming by and saying hi to us. If you have any questions about your options writing strategies, let me know. We'll do what we can, try to help you out. Again, thank you again for choosing this channel as your preferred channel for the markets. Hopefully we can give you some guidance and some suggestions and some ideas to get you thinking. Of course, last week, what was it all about? The one stock that dominated the market last week was NVIDIA. But you noticed, many of you, while you were watching that, you also noticed the movement of GameStop and SOFI shares. Like surprise, surprise, surprise. Those stocks went up last week too. Isn't that something? And so some of you were letting me know, hey, Bruce, my average on SOFI is 760 or whatever, 780 a share. I'm above my average on this SOFI. This is great. Well, I couldn't be more thrilled, to say the least. And we haven't even started yet. Not even started. So yeah, such a ways to go on this. By the way, have you noticed my poll question today? 150 of you have done this. Do you believe that GameStop would announce a stock buyback during next week's earnings report? Do you think that might come out? 33% of you, about 50, say, yeah, I think that might happen. 67% are going, I'm not so sure about this. I wonder, why would GameStop announce a stock buyback? Why would they do that? My hunch is that when they come out with their earnings next week, they might come out and say to us, we got 4.2 billion cash in our bank account right now, and we're hauling in like 4+% interest on this money. We locked it all up. We're making 160-70 million a year in interest just on this money. We don't even lose 50 million a year in our stores. I mean, we're actually making money in our stores. The last report, we said we lost money, but if you look at our Christmas quarter, we made 100 million that quarter, if I got my numbers right. We're making money on our stores, and we're redoing them, and we're adjusting the stores, and we're closing out the underperforming, and we're laying off unnecessary staff, and blah 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 blah. And I'm wondering, okay, what if they were to announce a stock buyback? They could do 5% a year. That's the most they can buy back. So that would be about 20 million shares out of the 400 there's out there. But if they did do that, if they started buying back stock on dips, that would increase the holdings of the shares of Ryan Cohen and Warren Kinney and everybody else. Because if they don't sell any of their shares, they let the company buy stock from the open market, but none of the insiders are selling. The number of shares outstanding starts to shrink 5% a year. After 2 or 3 years, you got 15% of the stock is gone. Only 85% is left. And of the 85%, the insiders who are running the show are the dominant shareholders, and their positions keep growing. They become a larger shareholder of the stock. That's one reason. Another reason, of course, is maybe they want to raise more money to become an investment vehicle, but they don't want to raise money at $22 to $24 a share. They want to raise money at $35 to $55 a share, somewhere up there. So if you announce a stock buyback and you have fewer shares outstanding to divide the interest income into earnings from GameStop into, the earnings per share are manufactured higher, faster, moving the shares up in value higher, faster, which then they could consider when the stock pops up into the 40 range, we'll issue another billion in stock for cash. And if the stock backs off into the low 20s, we'll just buy it back, buy a bunch of it back, tighten it up, and then if it runs again, and maybe they'll push this cash balance that they've got from 4 to 5 to 6 to 8 billion bucks. I don't know. It's one way to get attention, I'll tell you that. Milton, my nephew from Yorkshire, living in Canada, has invited me to his wedding in Vancouver. His invitation starts from pies to poutine. I can't wait to try this. Why not? Bobby, Uncle Bruce, I'm going to correct. Stay away from fast food poutine. Ask the locals where the best one is at. They'll never say fast food chains. Exactly. You want to go to mom and pop restaurants that make really high quality poutine. Like you might want pastrami poutine. So you've got the fries, extra crispy, gravy, and the cheese curds, and then pastrami all over it, or shredded pork, pulled pork all over it, or turkey or whatever. Oh yeah, there's no end to the poutine combinations. How can you go wrong? French fries, gravy, cheese curds, and anything else. I don't know how you can go wrong with something like that. 27 minutes to go, and we will start trading for this session. Pardon me if you're noticing my voice is a little off today. I'm fighting a cold like Auntie Jen is fighting a cold. Trying to hang right in there as best we can. So far this morning, I see the market's going a little higher on GameStop, which is nice to see. It's now up 22 cents to 23.64, and we have the futures on the Dow still showing. Let's see here. Let's see if we get this to work here. I'm trying to get this to work properly. Futures. Can't get it to work today. It looks like we were down a couple of 100 points on the futures earlier today for the markets, and we have 26 minutes to go before we start this off. Eventually, this will work again. 23.64 is GameStop's pricing right now on 462,000 shares. We've got Rocket Lab down to nickel, SoFi sitting at 7.88, just under $8, down 11 right now. Other stocks, we're trying to figure out what they're up to here. Spire back to 8.60. It might go back to 9 today, the way it's been running. And over on Apple, we were down $2.50. Now we're only down 85 cents. Tesla's up 185. Microsoft down 62 cents. Google down 146. Amazon down $1.07. Nvidia is down 278. Meta Platforms down 416 a share at $517, well over 500. All right. We noticed this morning Unity was up a little bit, up 111 on Unity this morning at 1748. So some of you out there who have cash secured puts written on Unity, some of you've got credit spreads, put credit spreads on Unity, you're going to be happy today. Stock apparently got recommended as a buy by one of the big houses in New York, so there might be some follow through here. 1748 on Unity. AI down 24 cents, was up 28 on Friday. What else is going on? The IBM shares are down 113, holding at 201, hanging right in there. And we're down 170 on Enphase. But there's not too much else going on. It's been a negative overview market this morning, but not so sure it's the end of the world. Not that kind of a thing. Let's see what's going on here. Looking at some of the headlines coming out around the world, Volkswagen announced yesterday, which was a working day in Germany, if I recall, that they're going to cancel a no layoff pledge they made to their workers. They are not ruling out the possibility of closing some of their German plants. Now, this is a problem that plagued the United States big time, all throughout the late 1970s, but all of the 80s and 90s. This didn't just affect car makers in America or Canada. This affected any and all industries, factories in North America, where you had employees making 15, 20, 25 bucks an hour through union contracts to produce, whether it was televisions, washers and dryers, cars, furniture, shoes, clothes. It didn't matter. Whatever was being manufactured in North America, the crafty American and Canadian business person, it didn't take him long to figure out that, why don't we just open up a plant in Mexico, produce our product there at 1/5 the cost, and ship it back into North America and sell it here. Now, what they did, of course, was not only did they do that through Mexico, but through other countries, especially in Asia. What they did at the same time was they were lobbying their Congress people and senators to say, look, we're a publicly traded company in the United States and Canada, and we have shareholders of our stock that happen to be a lot of pension funds that are ex-retired workers of ours through, the 401ks. If we're allowed to produce product overseas and import it into this country at a much lower cost, we can keep our prices very low at the retail level and keep our margins very high, which is good for our shareholders, all of the pension funds that own our stock. And believe me, Wall Street was heavily promoting this big time. Wall Street was saying to their senators and congressmen, and in Canada, their parliamentary people, it would be a really good idea if you lower tariffs and lower duties on these goods, because the reality is a color television is not made in North America anymore anyway. Color TVs started being made in China, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, and everywhere else, not in Ontario, Ohio, Philadelphia, or anywhere else. And so there's no tariff to protect. There's no local TV guy to protect anymore against imports of television. So the Zenith brand name television coming into the United States has Zenith on the front, but inside the box, it's all foreign-made components. And so if you lower the duty on this stuff, you help the company maximize profits by keeping prices competitive. And as it turned out, what happened? Televisions in North America went down in price, just like they are today. Televisions today, the 50-inch screen, 55-inch, 65, 70, 80-inch television screens. Have you noticed the prices of these things dropping all the time? Dropping. Because when you produce them in high volume in low-wage countries, and then you don't sap the importer with a massive duty, Americans and Canadians can go to their Costco store or their Best Buy store and buy a TV this year for half the price that they paid for the same television size 5 years ago. And the trend continues. Well, what's happening with Volkswagen in Germany? Germany is, the Volkswagen is going, we cannot guarantee our union members fat pensions, big pay, all kinds of benefits, 6 weeks paid holiday to produce Volkswagen vehicles that we can produce in China or in India or in Bangladesh or somewhere else for a quarter of the price from a labor point of view. Why don't we produce these things over there and then bring them to Germany on rail cars or inside big container ships that specialize in moving cars, just like the South Koreans and the Japanese have done and the Chinese are doing now? Why don't we do that? And for the German consumer, it means the vehicles will be competitively priced against the other imported vehicles that are coming in now, like the Mazdas, Toyotas, and Nissans and whatever. And the Germans are saying, we survive. Volkswagen, we survive. We stay alive. And yeah, we have to let go some people in our non-producing plants because they can't compete. But we're going to reduce the size of our company anyway. So if we reduce the size of our company by 20%, let our people who are elderly retire early. We let our 45 and 50s to 55ers all retire with a pension benefit. We pay them off. They can all retire today. And now we only have our 20 and 30-something employees running the German-based corporations. And that's distribution and parts and warranty work and marketing and who knows. Anyway, that's probably what's going on over there. Not good for solid union jobs. I'll grant you that. Anyway, there you go. Lucy, Unity's been given a $22 price target by Morgan Stanley. So this is a big jump here for Unity shares. The shares right now on Unity, just let me refresh my memory. They are right now $17.41 after gaining $1.04 today. So $17.41 with a target price of $22. Jared, thank you, Jared, for this donation, $5. Good morning, Bruce. I got some NVIDIA 104, 106 put credit spreads that expire on September 20. Is this a good writing, or what do you think? Stock itself is much higher. It's sitting here at 116.61. You've put together 104, 106 puts. You're looking good. Now, 9th of September, we're talking 17 days, and they die. You're going to notice by the end of this week and into next week, these values of these contracts are shrinking. If the stock's going to stay at 116 or hang around 116 to 122, these are going to shrink out. Beautiful job. Johnny says, I picked up 200 shares of GameStop. Nice going, man. Mr. Premium of the Option, happy Tuesday. Time to fill our pockets. Now that's the right attitude. 16 minutes to go. And you don't have to worry about what Volkswagen is doing. You don't have to worry about what Ford is doing, although Ford is rapidly backing away from EV production. You have to worry about what kind of premiums can you get on contract spreads, puts and calls. You want to worry about what kind of premiums can you get writing call options that have no value other than time. You want to figure out what kind of cash secured puts you can create on, say, GameStop with a $20 price or a $22 price, with the stock now approaching 24. You want to write out of the money cash secured puts on GameStop and say to the world, I would be delighted to buy GameStop shares at $20 a share for the next 3 or 6 months if you give me this much money up front. I'd be more than happy to do it. Of course, the stock at $24 a share, no one's going to do that. So, of course, you get to keep the cash and enjoy the return. And if in a month from now the contract loses 40% of its value, you might choose to close that one out and create a new cash secured put that has an additional 60 days to live for an additional premium, bigger, more cash. It's called making money as a casino. Very nice. JJ, Uncle Bruce, I remember Ross Perot's protectionist warning against about a great sucking sound of jobs going to Mexico. Yeah. And there was not a damn thing he could do about it. There was not a damn thing that anyone could have done about it because the North American structure of its economy was that most North American factory businesses were not reinvesting into their plants to reduce the cost of their merchandise. They would rather just shut them down, pay off their employees, and get rid of them, and then turn around and hire contractors to produce their product under license in overseas markets because they didn't have to worry about pensions, health care, or anything else. Unfortunately, the politicians of the day went along with this game plan. And at the end, what ended up happening to millions of North American people, Canada, USA, they were left high and dry. They were given a partial payout from all the years of service they put into these corporations who made nothing but tons of money, but wouldn't invest in their new future, in their next 20-year plan. And these people were bought out for pennies on the dollar. And many people who were involved in corporations that did go out of business entirely lost their entire pensions. And they were stuck now as Social Security welfare people until the day they died. And that was the betrayal of American business against its own citizens, all to make money in the market. And there you go. There it was. How many factories do you want to drive through? Factory towns do you want to go through in Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State, all of these places, Illinois, Indiana? How many factory towns were wiped out when their local big employer shut down forever? And they just went out and started building their product elsewhere. Because if you go into a Home Depot today, and here's the thing, if you're 35 to 50 years of age or younger, you're under 50, you might not know. You might not be aware that at one time, virtually everything that an outfit like Home Depot sells today would have been made in Canada or the United States with American labor and Canadian labor. Top quality people making top quality product. All that has changed because now you go into a Home Depot and you take a look at the drill sets that they have, or buy a hammer. You want to buy a saw. You want to buy a table saw. You want to buy any electrical thing to build something with. You want to go into a Best Buy store? I defy you. I challenge you to go into a Best Buy store the next time you go in and find made in the USA product. I defy you to find it. You're going to have a tough time finding anything of value made in America by Americans. You're going to find stuff made in Asia, in Mexico, South America, around the world, but not in America. And those are the jobs that disappeared in the late 70s, all through the 80s and the 90s. The thing is that if you were 45 years old in 1978, by 88 and 98, you were 65. And by 08, you were 75 and likely no longer alive because you died of old age. And so all those people who got let go, who were in their 40s and 50s and 60s back in the 80s, within 20 years, they weren't even a political force anymore. No politician in 2000 had to worry about grandpa voting me out of my job because of how the Goodyear tire plant shut down in Akron, Ohio. Those people died of old age. This is the cruel, cruel game of time. The good news You want some good news? You're option writers. You're aware of this information, but it doesn't change your future as to what you're going to do as investors, as people making money writing options. You just you know it, you're aware of it, and you will keep an eye on it, but you will make your money writing options, and that's the bottom line. Anyway, there we go. Charlie C. Sorry I'm late. I'm number 9. Welcome everybody. Dude, NAFTA. Thank you. Jeff, do you think Ford will suffer from their EV pullback? I don't. You know, I'll put it this way: if Ford actually believes that they're going to become one of America's dominant corporations going forward in the automotive business, they're in for bad news. But I'll tell you this right now. I'll bet you right now that even inside the offices of Ford Motor Company, the top guys, the top people, you know who those are? The top people, they all know it's over. They all know they're not ever going to be the dominant car company that Ford once was ever again. And neither will General Motors. And neither will whatever's left of Chrysler, whatever that is. These companies are going to become second-tier corporations. They are no longer part of the Dow 30 industrials. They'll hang on to the S&P 500 for a while longer, but they're shrinking. They're shrinking now. And there are very few kids in school who are dying to work for GM or Ford, as opposed to the 1950s, when there were tens of thousands of boys and girls who wanted to work for Ford and GM because that was a solid company to work for with solid benefits. White collar, blue collar, didn't matter. This game is over. These companies have lost the edge and they don't want to be part of the future. They only want to make money inside the business wherever they can. They don't want to lead it. They don't have the leadership anymore. They don't have the capital requirement. And their investors, which are pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, the biggest investors, they're steering these guys, sell what people want to buy. They want to buy F-150 V8 powered trucks. Make us sell that because we as investors want to return on our investment with what the American person is guaranteed to buy. Ford is not thought of by 30-year-olds and 35-year-old people as the future of the electronic car market. Ford is looked at by 30 and 40-year-olds and older as old school American and apple pie companies that make stuff the old-fashioned way for now until it doesn't work anymore. And sooner or later, it'll be too expensive to fill your tank with gasoline to power an F-150 extended cab XLT and or the 3/4 ton and or the 1 ton. They'll become so damn expensive that only businesses that can write it all off will go there. And even those guys will go, we can buy Japanese-made, Hong Kong-made, or Korean-made electronic utility vehicles for half the price, and they don't burn any fuel at all. We can reduce that entire expense off of our bottom line because it's a money business. It's not pride, and it's not, it's for America. Forget that. The businesses don't give a crap about working for America. They want to make money. They want to make a return on their dollars, and this is the cutthroat game we're into. Sorry to say. Jarrett, this happened to my pops in the 80s. Car plant shut down in Ohio. There you go. Jeff, I went to Boot Barn, good old American store selling good old American products, right? Wrong. There was both American-made, Ribbon will dominate the pickup SUV market, and Brim Stonk, thoughts on GameStop in the pre-market, thinks it gets halted today. What are your thoughts? Where are we at on GameStop? 23.81. Why would it get halted today? I don't see any reason to halt the stock. I just want to see it go up to 26, 28, 30 bucks and make my viewers richer beyond measure. Nothing personal. I just want you guys to get really rich. There you go. Jeff, interesting on those, American companies. You walk into American brand name. I mean, Black & Decker, Stanley Tools, They're headquartered in the Bahamas or Bermuda. They're not even headquartered in America anymore. That is a Midwest corporation at one time. What's the other one I was thinking of? The guys who make barbecues, the Weber company, all made in China. Now, every Weber barbecue is now made in China. Nothing made in America. Completely Chinese made. Yeah. And yet people think, oh, I'm supporting America by buying Weber. You're making American business people rich, but you're not employing anyone in the USA making those things. Anyway, welcome all. CKT, I'm number 108. Good morning. JR, scary. Nothing American made. That's right. That's right. We are truly doing it. But then again, why should we buy a watch made by an American watch company when the best watches can be purchased for half the price and made in Japan or made in Taiwan or made in Switzerland? American goods, which is software, chips, other American goods, are the best in the world. Concentrate on that. I don't need to see a bunch of smokestacks in Akron, Ohio, polluting the air like it was in the 60s and 70s to produce a bunch of tires when you can produce high quality engineered tires with way cleaner economic environmental footprint and bring them into the North America for half the price than we would have to pay for our own tires. I don't see why we have to pay full price for anything. That's just me, but tough thing to sell to some people. Stephen Butler, number 108. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Stephen, for being here. We open in 3 minutes. Touch grass. Good luck today, everybody. Make money, get rich, get super, super crazy rich out there. I agree. It's time for you folks out there to make yourselves a nice couple of bucks today, and this week, and next week, and the week after that. Thank you all. Sorry for my coughing away here. Got a cold here, fighting it off. Thank you for 210 votes on my poll question. 210, you guys. Fantastic. The question is, do you believe that GameStop will announce a stock buyback during next week's earnings report? 33% saying no, I don't. 33% saying maybe, and 68% saying I don't think so. Well, crazier things have happened. I'm wondering about a surprise announcement that might come out of nowhere. By the way, 113 of you have given us a thumbs up today. Thank you very, very much. 261 of you are watching. We have 113 thumbs ups that have come in already. I'm a guy on an ocean liner in the north of Scotland talking to you about the market, and I'm suffering from a cold, begging for thumbs ups, and you're giving them to me. I want to say thank you for helping this channel out, get a little bit of momentum, and be discovered. I love it. You guys are just the best. Appreciate you. 119, here they come. More thumbs ups. Fantastic. This is good stuff. We're opening in, 2 minutes? Giddy up, kids. We're opening in 2 minutes. Let's get this party started. See if some of you guys can get richer. Quick little thing here. I better get my act together. Don't mind me. I'm just I'm on a bit of a fog here because I'm having issues with this cold, and it's interfering with my ability to keep focused here. Again, thank you all for joining me. And again, thank you for those of you out there who have who've become members of this channel. It's absolutely fantastic that you're members of this channel. Chilling with Uncle Bruce, Gold Bagel member. I love you. If you're becoming a Gold Bagel member of the channel, I want you to be aware, if you're not already aware, that if you become a Gold Bagel member, send me a private email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com and just say, hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm a Gold Bagel member. This is the name. This is my name. I'm called so-and-so on your channel as a Gold Bagel member. I will send you a link so you can become part of the Discord chat group that we have over there. It's run by Tiff from I believe Germany. How you doing, Tiff? Thanks for all you do. Again, if any of you want to become a member of the chat group, the Discord group. This is where option writers hang out with option writers. This is the gold level members talking to each other 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They answer questions for each other. They talk about strategies. They talk about me. They talk about the market. They come up with ideas. Nice going. So thank you all for that. Okay, if you want to do it, fabulous. Yeah, Jeff's saying, sorry, nothing American made. It's unbelievable, Bruce. Stephen Butler, thank you. Touchgrass, good luck, everybody. JJ, JR, Perry, trade idea of short Ford, long Rivian. Katie, we love you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Katie, so much. Be the Casino. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Be the Casino. Join this channel as soon as you can, guys. Larry Titus, the bells have been rung. We're open. Alex, number 122. Good morning, folks. Thank you, Alex, for being here. Charlie C2, let's go. Dude, American made, no. American sold, yes. We are a consumer retail service nation now. We are. Yep. Zeta State buyback. Why would they do that? How about a dividend? Maybe they want to NVIDIA. What is going on with NVIDIA? Well, where are we at on NVIDIA? We're down $5 to 114.37. We got some profit taking coming in. We have some air being let out of the tires over there, but all in all, stock could be 125 in an hour from now. You never know. GameStop, look at that, up 45 cents, 23.83. Thank you very much. 23.88. Go GameStop, go. We're down 3 on Rocket Lab, down just 9 now on SOFI, 7.90 a share on SOFI. We've got, let's take a look here. Apple shares down just 66 cents, or Tesla's up 3.39. Microsoft down 9 cents. Google down 2.52. Amazon down 1.73. NVIDIA down 5.25. Meta Platforms down, make it up. Meta Platforms just went green, up 48 cents. Interesting, the old Facebook. Goldman down 3.55, Cisco down 24, ARC Innovations down 12, Pfizer down 25, HBQ down 14. Unity having a wonderful morning, up 175 now on Unity, trading at $18.12. Look at the Unity go. Very nice. High today, 18.17. It's doing very well. It got an upgrade, a buy recommendation today. Where was that? Yeah, upgraded to overweight from equal weight at Morgan Stanley. That came out today. Very good recommendation. 18.05 on Unity now, up 168 with 700,000 traded. So Unity's getting a little boost here. GameStop is up 68 cents. Let's make it 78 cents for GameStop. 24.20 on GameStop shares. Like I said, something's going on. I've been saying this now for almost 2 weeks. Something is going on. We bottomed out last Thursday afternoon at $19.90 a share at the end of the day Thursday. And ever since, we've gone up here, $4.30 a share. Look at it go. 24.23. It's only traded 320,000 shares. It is quite interesting what's going on over here. Something's happening. Gotta love this. I'm not complaining. I hope you guys aren't complaining about it. Over on SoFi, we're still down 10 cents on the morning, 7.89. Not worried about that. I love the way this stock kind of holds around its highs, backs up a bit, and then goes higher. Just keeps doing it. Rocket Lab down 6 cents. 24.41 now. 24.47, up $1.05 on GameStop. 24.48. This is the high of the day on your GameStop right now in 4 minutes. 24.59, going higher again on GameStop. 24.59, up $1.17 a share. And if I could tell you the reason, I'd be the guy telling you the reason, but there's something going on. There really is. Something is cooking. We'll follow this. Of course we'll follow this. We love these stocks when they make a move. Very good option writers. Well done, everybody. Those of you written credit spreads, put credit spreads. Oh, are you laughing? Way to go, guys. You gotta love that. Very, very interesting. Thank you again for these thumbs ups today. and filling out the poll question today. 131 thumbs ups. Oh my goodness, look at that. Thank you. 250 of you are here. The poll question now has 229 respondents here. Still 68 to 32 thinking, there's not going to be a buyback, Bruce. I know the stock is up, and I know you can't explain it. I can't explain it. We know the market is just running on this thing, but that can't be it, can it? Could that really be the story, Bruce, that the company's going to announce a buyback? Could it be that they're going to announce that they're selling their GameStop stores to a private hedge fund for a couple $billion in cash, and then take the GameStop company, change the name to, I don't know, Mountain View Investments or something, and rock and roll with $6.5 billion in the market and start becoming a disruptor and becoming an investment machine in all kinds of other companies? Could it be that in the last week, GameStop has been buying SoFi shares and not telling anybody? They've bought less than 5%, so they don't have to say anything. And they've just been buying up SoFi stock. And as soon as they get to that 5% level, they're going to jump in there and buy up another 5% to get to 10%, and run this thing to 9.5. They would be a 10% shareholder of SoFi in no time. Just a company making nothing but money. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. I don't know. RB, number 130, thumbs up. Off to Portugal Thursday. Woohoo! Way to go, RB. B Tizzle, 1.6 million volume on GameStop in the first 5 minutes, which includes pre-market, by the way. Interesting to see that. Right now, 24.40. They got up to 24.61. Initial run right off the get-go. Now 24.41.43. I don't have anything that I could tell you. There's only 35.6 million shorted of the company. Out of 388 million that could possibly be shorted, there's only 35 million short. So it's only 9.2%. So that's not the problem. That's not what's running the stock. GameStop is running for some other reason other than a short squeeze. By the way, Unity 1772 now, high of 1817. Nice run so far on Unity. On SoFi, still down 17 cents at the moment. Like I said, could GameStop just be sitting in the weeds and just we'll buy up this stock when it backs off and we'll just keep acquiring it? They got 4.2 billion. They could buy 10% of the SoFi for $1 billion. It would be a no-brainer. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just a guy sitting in front of a computer on board an ocean liner off the coast of northern Scotland, asking you, what do you think is going to happen with GameStop shares? And SoFi. Just what do you think? Splair, why should GameStop buy a permanent opportunity for their games? At least I don't see benefits in SoFi and GameStop together. Cindy B, I have a few iron condors on Dick's Sporting Goods for this Friday. The premiums are pretty high on both sides. Earnings are coming out. Interesting, Cindy B. I hope that works out for you. Make sure you stay well enough ahead and behind those stocks, that stock price. Absolutely. Well, isn't this interesting, kids? What a fascinating morning. We're 9 minutes into the session, and we're running along here. Thank you all for joining this channel today from wherever you are. It's great. 139 thumbs ups. More are coming in. Thank you very much, everybody. Very, very interesting day already today. Let's take a look at some of our favorites here. The Rocket Lab shares are down 11 cents. SoFi is down 21. GameStop is up $1.03 to 24.45 on GameStop. High of the day now, 24.69. We're coming on again. What are we at Matterport? Down 8 cents. 23andMe down a penny. Spire down 31. ATIP down 4. SmartRent half a penny lower. Apple down 2.13. Tesla's up 2.59. Microsoft only down 5 cents. And Alphabet down $3, Amazon down $1.80, Nvidia down $6.78 at 112.57 right now for Nvidia, and Meta is up 64 cents. A little mixed thing there. Yeah, Nvidia, what's going on, kids? The low on Nvidia was 112.36. We're at 112.54. So far, that's the story. I don't know. Interesting stuff. We'll see how it plays out. Every chance you get to do rollovers on Nvidia, you take them. Every chance you can close call options that you wrote for big premiums, you take those. If any of you wrote 130 call options, 135 call options a week or two ago, you probably are looking at a pretty nice return already. There's some opportunities there. Unity 1781 here, up 144. One of the movers. GameStop 101 higher now, 24.43. Well, isn't that interesting? There you go. Yeah. D.A. Truda, is this GameStop going up on an earnings thing? I really don't know. My hunch is that the amount of interest they're generating makes them profitable. So, I think an analyst will easily be able to say, look, in the next year, if they don't do anything with this $4.2 billion and they just haul in 4% interest on it, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that's $170 million in interest income. They don't lose $170 million in the retail stores. If they're making $100 million on the retail stores and they're making $170 million on their interest on their money, that's a $270 million a year profitable company, and a $270 million a year company with 426 million shares against it. They're making 60 cents a share profit and 40-time multiple, $24 stock. Now, are they going to, make more than that next year? What are they up to with this money? They can't just take 4% interest on it. That's not what they're going to do. Something with it, right? So, what will they do is the question. So, yes, D.A. Truda, your guess is as good as mine. But as an option writer, what do you care? Just take the dough off this stock any way you can. Spicy, I'm number 141 on the thumbs up meter, by the way, Uncle Bruce. I've got 300 shares of NVIDIA. Now, what do you think I should do? Sell them, go somewhere else, or write a call down here? What do you think I should do with my NVIDIA shares? I got 300 of them. They're backed off here to 112 a share, give or take. 113 now. What could I do? Well, in theory, you could write 3 call options against these shares. You could look to write 120s for a month or 2 or 3 out. You could write 115s if you want to get really close. You could write 125s if you want to go to January 2025. I mean, whatever you want to do. So yes, you could bring in $5 to $10 a share in premium income, probably, depending on which contract you write. And that'll bring you between $1,500 and $3,000 in cash. You could do that. Or you could, theoretically, if you can find deep in the money options on NVIDIA that don't expire until 2026 or 2027, you can get them under the 90-10 rule. And if you could turn 300 shares into 5 deep in the money calls instead, then you could write 5 call options between $5 and $10 each on the options, which would bring you $2,500 to $5,000 in cash instead of $1,500 to $3,000 in cash. You could do that. Or you could use the marginability of the shares, just hold on to them, and you could write credit spreads on the shares with maybe a $10 spread or $15 spread, $20 spread, 2-3 weeks out from now, put spreads, which would be maybe 90 to 100s, call spreads that could be 130 to 140s, or something like that. You could check those markets out and see if there's something in either side that might give you a nice little return on your capital. Now, of course, if you sell the shares, you will then have that cash. You could just write, put cash secured puts on NVIDIA. You could write, say, 110 cash secured puts on NVIDIA for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months out to January 2025. Bring in a, offer to buy the stock at 110, 100, and take the premium, a nice little premium for that. And if you did get exercised, you're just buying them back at, say, 100 a share with maybe, I don't know, is there a $10 credit in there? That means you're paying 90 for the stock. You just sold it here at 113. You're going to buy it back at 90. What a nice person you are. If you had to, see. If you don't have to, the shares stick around here and go to 115, 120. Those puts will shrink to nothing, obviously. And you'll make half your money on them, 3/4 of your money, 80%. And if you brought in $10, and you can keep, most of that dough as cash, and then write another set of cash secured puts again, maybe you can bring in $5 to $10 a month on your cash secured put price, which means you're writing maybe 3 at a time, maybe 4, and you're bringing in $5 to $10 a month, ballpark. Again, I'm guessing here. I'm not looking at the option chain to tell you exactly what this is. This is why you have to do some homework. Check your option chains. I'm looking here at November 15s, just for the hell of it. A 110 November 15 expiry put contract, 8 to 810 a share. So there's that. If you wrote 100s, you'll get less than that. You'll get about 435, 440 on a $100 contract. That's 4.3% to expire by November 15. This is September 3rd. So, 2 months and 2 weeks. Not bad. If you want to write 115s, which are, in the money now, you would get paid to 40, 10, 50 contract per share. So if you wrote, you sell the stock at this price, write 3 of these at these prices for 115, you'll bring in $3,150 in cash to offer to buy the stock at 115, which means your net purchase is 105, 104 and a half. That would be your net purchase price to buy them back if you had to buy them back. You have a lot of choices here. You're in the driver's seat. You're in the good spot, and you can pick which one of these ways you want to go. What works for you? Are you comfy being a shareholder long term? Then just write calls. Write out of the money calls for January 25. Write 120s. Take the premium and say, "Come and get me." I dare you to come and get me. If you can get a, I don't know, $6-8 premium for a 120. I don't see a problem with that trade. Let me take a peek here. See, now you got me all wired up here. I'm all curious. January 2025. Let's take a look here. Okay, let's go all the way down this option chain, and it is a long option chain. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Look at this. You can write a $120 call option on your NVIDIAs. You can do 3 of those. $120 strike price, expiring in January 2025. You would be paid $12.70 to $12.80 a share. So you're going to haul in, what is that, $3,800? You're going to get paid $3,800 today to offer your stock for $120 a share. And if you get taken out, if you did, you'd be bought out at $132.70. It's trading at 113 right now. Not bad. Now, if you want to write something closer in, yes, you certainly could come closer into time if you didn't want to go all the way out to January. That makes sense. This September here, You want to go for, say, September maybe 20th. That would be the third Friday of this month, I think. Let me double check there. Yeah, September 20th. What could you write over there? Let's take a look. Come on down, Bruce. Here we go. A 120 for this September, third Friday. It'll almost pay you $3 a share. 115, so give you almost what, 490, 495 a share for something that expires in 17 days. Up to you if you want to do something that close. But again, you can go out to October or November, December, or whatever, whatever's comfortable for you. And write options, third Friday of October, maybe. That would be October 18s if I got my bearings right. Yeah, October 18s, October 18, 120s, just to see what they're going for. $570 a share. So you're bringing in $1,700 to offer your shares for $120 a share plus the 5. You're going to get $125.70 if you get taken out. From now until the third Friday of October. Nice return on your money. Yeah. I'm going to say 570 on a 120 contract with a 113 stock price right now, getting 570 on a 113 stock. Yeah. So, okay, there you go. There's a few thoughts. I hope I haven't confused you too much with this, but there's a few ways to go here. Dude, write calls. If you get taken out, write puts. That's what I do. Keep it simple. There you go. Yeah, look, I love the idea, though. I do love the idea of selling your shares and buying deep in the money calls. You have to predetermine which ones those are. And can you actually move up to 5 deep in the money calls? If you can get your hands on 5, you can write 5 contracts. And if you can get your hands on $12 a contract, $6,000. That probably won't be enough to buy another deep in the money contract, but you're getting close. And so on the next rollover, you're probably going to be able to buy the 6th deep in the money call, which now lets you write 6 contracts at a time instead of 5 at a time. So instead of bringing in $6,000, you're bringing in $7,200 if you're bringing in $12 a contract. It's all relative. Up to you how you want to grow this thing. Stock goes up in price, your deep in the money calls go up in price. You're a happy camper. You're writing out of the money calls. You're saying, come and get me. I dare you to come and get me. There you go. And on cash secured puts, definitely ways to go. Yeah. I hope that helps some of you out there if you're following this. Hope I'm not leaving too many of you behind in the ether here with this talk. That's what the classes are for. It's why you take them. It's what it's all about. Thank you, each and every one of you, for following us today. Great to have you with us. Jen and I so appreciate it. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to pack in my show because my voice is leaving me now. My voice has decided that it really doesn't want to participate much longer, and I need to rest it for tomorrow. Thank you again, everybody, for your kind words of support and your best wishes and everything else. 147 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. If you're watching this today on the rerun, hit that thumbs up button for me. Do me a favor, nail that thing for me. Let's get these thumbs ups over 200. We have 236 watching, and we're at 147 on the thumbs up meter. We know we can go higher than that. Thank you, everybody. 250 votes for the question today, the poll question. That's 100 more poll question answers than thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 66% saying there's no way they're doing a stock buyback. There's no way. Only 33% saying it's possible. But 66% of you saying, I don't think so, Bruce. I really don't think so. Well, we'll see. Next week we'll know. Richard Carlin, neat. Zed Estate, 125 thumbs up. Charlie, thanks for your time as always, Uncle Bruce. Hope you and Andy Jen feel better soon. James of the Misty Tree, neat. Lorraine, I'm 149 on that thumbs up meter, buddy. And Stuart Lonsdale, thank you, Stuart. Neat. Keep those knee emojis coming in. Let the Knights of Knee in Scotland know they are the powerful ones. Thank you all so very, very much. We'll see you here tomorrow morning. Wednesday is tomorrow, plus tomorrow night. I'll probably go live at about 5 Eastern, I think. I don't think I'll wait till 7 Eastern tomorrow night. I might go live at 5 Eastern for the primetime show with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. So if you become a Gold Bagel member today or tomorrow, you'll join me if you want, either live or watch the rerun, doesn't matter, for the hangout show, the prime time with Uncle Bruce. Love to have you with us. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day. I'm going to try to rest my voice and get some rest and take it easy here. And let's go from there. Spicy, that's about 5% return in the month. Just writing the 120 calls. Not bad, really. There you go. Splair, sounds like the editing. Sounds like the ending, just in case. I'm wishing you all a relaxed day. Thank you, Splair. Have a good one, buddy. All of you out there, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, I promise, if at all possible. Take care for now. This is Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen Scene. See you later from the Queen Mary 2. Bye for now. Hi, Auntie Jen.